And a look at the starting lineup for Parma.
Well, it looks like they're going to play in a 3-4-3 formation without wing-backs, which means the outside centre-halves will need to cover the areas out wide, which I would say is asking a lot.
Let's have a look at the initial 11 for the visitors. Mike Maignan begins in goal. Rafael Leao plays with Christian Pulisic out wide. And rather than use a strike partnership, they've gone with just the one player in attack. So the first half begins. Let's see what these two teams can serve up for us. Tomori. Gabia. The ball with Luka Modric. Yusuf Fofana. Pulisic. Well, we know they can pass the ball better than this. And Valeri. Decent position. Referee had a good view of that one. Ricci. A lot to like about Rafael Leao. Interested to know what you think we should expect to see from him today.
Well, if he times his runs off the ball and isolates defenders in 1v1 situations, his pace will cause all sorts of problems today.
Fabrice Estupiñán. Playing with patience. Fofana. Really is a lovely example of how to pass the ball.
Well, when they pass it like this, they're not easy to play against, that's for sure.
Santiago Jimenez. And credit due, a good intervention. Keeper making sure that there were no scraps to feed on for the attackers. Fabrice Estupiñán. The through ball. Read it well. They're using the space really well, but now can they push on? Just leaning back a bit and over the bar. Mike Maignan. The ball with Luka Modric. Samuele Ricci. Modric. Good looking pass. Dangerous ball. Well, didn't miss by very much and never easy to strike it on the volley in that fashion.
Well, from that range though, it should be a goal. At least it should hit the target.
Keita on the ball. Plenty of support here. That's a very fine piece of tackling. Really doing a fine job of... Surely! And keeping it out. Who's going to get on the end of it? On a time for composure on the ball. Well, that's how to keep the opposition at bay. Tomori. Yusuf Fofana. And now with Estupinian. Fofana. The ball with Luka Modric. Oh, great vision. Leao. How about the cross? And so it is, the first half story has been written. Well, for Christian Pulisic, the only way is up, surely. Hasn't been one of his better performances so far.
Well, as the touch match shows us, he hasn't posed much of a threat so far, and that's down to a couple of things. Yes, the service hasn't been great, but his movement hasn't been good enough today.
So away they go again. A low-key first half, I think we can call it. Oh, that's a super piece of defending.
They got everything right there.
Estupinian. Modric. Matteo Gabbia. The ball with Luka Modric. Gabbia. Yusuf Fofana. Estupinian. Matteo Gabbia. In a decent position. And just blotting out the danger. Just wasn't going to part with the ball. Can they forge ahead? The crossbar got in the way. It was an attack of promise, but they couldn't take advantage of the situation. Had no interest in losing possession.
Ah, that's a good bit of play.
And a useful cross. Just nicked on the way through. They have elected to go to the bench at this stage of the game. Playing it in. Well, plenty of power there, but in fairness, should have made the keeper work. Benassa. Modric. Fofana. The ball with Luka Modric. Yusuf Fofana. Benassa. And a lot to like about this attack. And nicely over the top. And there's the feed into the box. No real challenge for the goalkeeper.
Well, as the stats tell us, they just haven't created enough chances. They need to get the ball into wide areas, get crosses into the box, and then get their front players attacking the ball.
Excellent defending. Jimenez. And into the last 15 minutes of action. A chance to whip it in. Can they set up a chance? Nerves of steel under pressure. Rafael Leao. Fofana. The ball with Luka Modric. Well, they're almost extending an invitation to have them come at them. Well, they lost custody of it. Well, let's get more details on the injury situation from our pitchside reporter, Jeff Shreves.
In that last challenge, he took a blow to his upper thigh. But at the moment, he's carrying on.
Cheers, Jeff. Inside the last 5 minutes, and 0-0 is still the situation. Good weight on that pass. And a goal here might settle the outcome, but really sticking to the task defensively. Throw-ins given. So making the substitution now. Working so hard to win back possession. Good ball over the top. Oh, he's given us away. Chances on. Oh, can you believe it? With so little time left, surely that will be the winner. Amazing scenes here.
Well, as you can see, his movement is really good, which then makes the finish look easy. That's a decent goal, that's for sure.
And that is the end of the game. It goes into the history books as a home defeat.
Well, I thought it was a really intense game. Lots of quality, lots of good individual display. In the end, though, they won't be happy with the defeat, nor the manner of it, conceding so late on.
Well, not for the first time, focusing on Christian Pulisic. He can be such a difficult opponent, and that proved to be the case today, Stuart. Summarise for us what you liked about his contribution.
Well, I thought he had a good all-round performance today, only emphasised by the late winner. An extremely important moment, and boy, did he deliver.